What's going on, fam? How we doing? How we doing? How we doing? Come on in the room, fam. Come on in the room. I was gonna wait to do this tomorrow, but I'm like, we might as well talk about this today because this is very important news. Come on in the room. Come on in the room. If you're still up, come on in the room. All right. It's about 9 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, and it's probably midnight on the East Coast, man. So if you're still up, come on through. And I wanted to talk about this really quick, man, because this news kind of affects a lot of us. A lot of us who cover a lot of shows on BET Plus. A lot of people, a lot of us who watch the shows, like you guys, you watch a lot of shows on BET Plus, and I mean, it looks like things are either gonna be totally shut down, but Paramount has taken over. Paramount has taken over once again, BT Plus, and from what they say, Paramount is going to. They say, as they say, Paramount is going to swallow. I don't like using that term, but they're going to blend BT Plus into the Paramount Plus app. What's up, fam? What's up, fam? Come on through, hit that like button, hit that like button. And this news comes as kind of disappointing news for me, and I'm sure for you guys as well. Of course, we see Tyler Perry here, and they're saying how just again going through the reports, they're saying how Tyler Perry's stake in BT Plus, they're going to buy out his stake as well. So what does that mean, family? That means that some of the shows that we love, our favorite shows like Tyler Perry's Ruthless and some other shows that's on BET Plus, they may not make it. So that may be the reason why Ruthless has not come back with their season 6. That was supposed to be the final season because it was shot. We understand that it was shot. Tyler Perry's Ruthless was shot in 2024. It is now 2026, and they still haven't put it out. We've been questioning things, and now that explains why there's a major delay as far as the season coming out. You know what I'm saying? So, I am just as surprised as many of you at this because I really wasn't expecting to hear news like this, right? Hold on. Put this thing back on. I wasn't expecting to hear news like this at all. And to hear it like this, just a post, somebody posted it, other people doing videos. I just wanted to talk with my people about it because I know y'all been riding with me and riding with a lot of other content creators who have covered Tyler Perry Ruthless, right? We've had a lot of fun with that. I've had a lot of fun, recapping it for you. We've had a lot of celebs from Tyler Perry's Ruthless. Yeah. We've had a lot of celebs that we've interviewed and they've come on with us, and I actually got a chance to meet, Melissa L. Williams, who plays Ruth in Ruthless, and also Elise Willis, who plays Lacey, and also, I got a chance to meet Lenny as well, who plays Daikon, from Ruthless. And yeah, man, it's to me it's a bittersweet because I've had a lot of fun with this, and I hope they are still going to put out the final season of Ruthless. Again, we've been talking about when is it coming back. You guys have been asking when is it coming back, but with this acquisition of Paramount acquiring BT Plus and buying out Tyler Perry, that means what does that mean for us? That means that Tyler Perry won't be in control as to what is going to be playing through BT Plus, which will be engulfed into Paramount Plus. So he won't be in control anymore as to the content that's going to be played that we're used to, right? All the stuff that yes, it is crazy. It is crazy. Um Man, it seems again, I don't want to get into conspiracy theories and stuff like that, but first it was BET being bought. right? And then it was, okay, well, we're not going to have a BET Hip Hop Awards anymore. We're still going to have a BET Awards, right? And now it's, oh, BET Plus is now been acquired, and we're going to swallow and buy you out of your ownership, Tyler Perry. So, you know, all I can say is this: maybe Tyler is holding on to the last season of Ruthless. Maybe, I don't know if he can. I don't really know how it works, but I can say that that is his property, right? Um, yeah, greedy billionaires. Yeah, exactly. And if he is holding on to season 6 of Ruthless and says, you know what, I do have deals with Netflix, I do have deals with Prime, right? And all of that. What the heck? And all of that, right? So, you know, I just I just don't like the acquisition. I'm a progressive guy, right? I like change, but change for the better. I don't like change when it like disrupts and takes away things that we have been entertained by. Hit that like button for me. I appreciate it. So, BT was owned by, if I remember correctly, Viacom, right? VT, MTV, all of that. But BT Plus was separate. And now Paramount has acquired that too. Yeah. I mean, Paramount bought Warner Brothers, right? They beat out Netflix. And again, it is corporate takeover, right? You say Larry Ellis. Yeah. So it is definitely a corporate takeover, man. And a lot of stuff that we've had some input through Tyler Perry, through, um, other individuals, right, is now being swept away. Yeah. Yeah. It's corporate takeover. It's business. Yeah. They say corporate Zionists, yeah, yeah, TikTok, yeah, yeah. So again, it always goes back to what we control and what we don't control, right? When we create these shows, when the writers create these shows, and they pretty much sell it to the networks. And I wish there was a way that, okay, if I want to sell it to the network, I have kind of say over the project, and you may have say over the project, but your ownership is never yours. You know what I'm saying? It's like, here's a product, I'm presenting it to you. Do you want to buy it and put it on your network? And that's pretty much how it works. It's like, yeah, we'll buy it. Yeah, you'll be executive producer. We're not the writers. We're not executive producers. We're not the people actually filming it. You'll be filming it, so you'll be in control. But at the end of the day, you're not in control because you've already sold your ownership to the network. So then they can pretty much capitalize off of your creation. And that's the sad part about it. You know what I'm saying? It's like, oh well, why doesn't Tyler Perry just, start his own network? I mean, it's possible, but when you have, corporations that already exist and been exist in existence for 50, 60, 100 years, they're not going to be too happy about you starting your own network. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, do you take the risk of, things being done behind the scenes to sabotage something like, hey, I'm going to start my own network. Shh, don't say anything, but they find out and turn around. They'll blackball you or blacklist you or do something to, just stop you from getting your own network. People think it's so easy to start a network. It's not easy to start a network. You know what I'm saying? What's his name? Alan Byron, is that his name? This guy, I think that's his name, Alan Byron, man, bald head guy. He was part of trying to acquire BET as well, but all of them got beat out. Right? What you say? All I want and one in that. Yeah. So, fam, I want to come to y'all, just talk with y'all, get your thoughts on this, man, because this is going to be Byron. Thank you, Byron Allen. What I call him, Alan Byron. Thank you, Byron Allen. And Byron Allen's been in the television business for a long time, and he's still acquiring channels and he's still doing his thing. He's still very, very wealthy. But as far as like the shows, I think the shows are really like not really shows that we would watch. On this crazy, these other networks that it's probably some like late night shows or shows that we just don't even get into. Um, so we say how much was Tyler Perry share? I'm sure he had a mighty large share of it all because if you watch BET Plus, most of the shows on BET Plus was Tyler Perry shows. Most of them, you know. So who knows? Who knows what that is? But most of the shows on BET Plus were Tyler Perry shows. And you said 25%. Okay. Okay. And that's a pretty large percentage, right? So it's crazy. When you say Tyler Perry has too many shows on BT Plus to just all give up all his shows. Yeah, I mean, name the shows, right? You got Sisters. Is Sisters on BT Plus? Is it Sisters on BT? Yeah. So Ruthless. What is on BT Plus though? Again, there's the difference. Which I'm still just like, why is there? Why is the Oval on BT but Ruthless is on BT Plus? Well, BT Plus, what that came about, was that around about COVID time? Or a little bit before it. I think more the risque shows, more the shows that you can't see on prime time, shouldn't be seen on prime time, or cable TV. Hey, let's throw it on BT Plus. You know what I'm saying? Because we know Ruthless was crazy. We know Ruthless was racy. We know Ruthless was wild. We know Ruthless was some wild stuff. Okay, that you don't want to put on BET and make a mistake and your kid walks by. Excuse me. Excuse me. Sorry. Um, okay, we say Tia Jones, what's good? What's good? Hit that like button for you, boy. I appreciate you. When I heard about them, don't BT plus. When you say don't BT plus, I thought everything that was on BT was going to be on there, right? Which is it was weird. I read it though. I got you. It was weird how BT and the BT app and the BT plus. It was just weird. And it's been weird for a while. And also, BT Plus kind of was dropping the ball on certain things, especially because I cover Ruthless myself. Of course, Tika. We cover Ruthless since day one, right? So, there were times where we would wait for the show to come on, and then it wouldn't come on at the same time that it usually comes on, and then it wouldn't come on at all, and then everybody would reach out to BT, even the family business stuff, and like, yeah, man, a lot of stuff was coming out weird and they weren't dropping it or they weren't uploading it. It was really all over the place. There was a couple of years that it was like that. What you say? Plus, I wish Paramount would just sell BT Plus like they were supposed to, right along with VH1. Yeah, they say so. Tyler Perry only owner of BT Plus streaming. Yeah, he had a stake in it. He had a percentage in it. Wasn't total owner, right? Oh, Paramount totally owns BT. Yeah, exactly. BT Plus was canceling shows. Plus, it took too long to come back. Oh well, Ruthless definitely did. And yeah, even that Madam Governor that came on for one season went out. There's a couple of shows that came on one season, and then it was like, all right, well, we're not renewing it. Like it didn't do too well. You know what I'm saying? It didn't do too well. All you weirdos, please go away. All right, weirdos, thanks. So they said BT Plus wasn't my favorite app. I hear you. Like I would only have BT Plus for like certain shows. Like I said, I cover Tyler Perry's Ruthless, right? Then I think what it was Divorce Sisters came on there. So Sisters went on BT and Divorce Sisters. Again, it's like the stepchild shows would go on BT Plus, right? So you got the Oval, right? The offshoot for Oval was Ruthless. So Ruthless went on BET Plus. The Oval stayed on BET, right? Sisters is on BET, right? And then what's up, y'all? What's up? What's up? Ruthless is on BET, and then turn around. You know, I'm sorry. The Oval was on BET. Roof was on BET Plus. I got distracted. What do you say? Uh, all right. What's going on the Go Jackson? What's going on, sis? Says he has Ruthless, bruh, which I I despise that show. All the Queen's Men, nah. Christian Keys took that back. He been took that off, right? So it's a teamer, right? But the team is on BET, right? House of Pain is on BET too, right? Yeah. So some shows are on BET, and then there's some shows that's on um BET Plus. What's up, OG? What's good? What's good, doggy? All right. Yeah, right. So Family Business, another show that I cover, that I watch, right? Boom. And then Family Business New Orleans, right? Great. Two great shows, two great series. What's going to happen with that? You know what I'm saying? But then turn around, it's like, all right, is this acquisition like an immediate thing? Maybe it takes time, right? So all the shows that we love, know and love should come on BT Plus still. The acquiring and acquisition of a company like this, it takes time as far as paperwork. The team is on BT Plus. Okay, thanks, because I don't watch the team, so thanks. The Black Hamptons was another good show, right along with the Family Business. Exactly. Yeah, yeah. So immediate or non-immediate, like we're going to see a transition happen. The funny thing about it, is that I saw this earlier. And if you see the bottom, if you can see the bottom, maybe you can, maybe you can't. It says, what does it say? Season 7, right? And for those who watch the Family Business, that's little Nevada, right? You know what I'm saying? So, or Little Vegas, that's Nevada. So you have stuff like that being placed out there. But again, a lot of people may not know of the acquisition happening. Like for instance, for example, like Christian Keys, he got mad because they already filmed like all the Queen's Men, right? And it was already uploaded into whatever system that they upload the show into. And he didn't find out that the show was back until it aired, or until it was a trailer showing that it's going to air. But he's the executive producer of the show. That's wild work right there. So there was a lot of funny business going on BT Plus, man. It was just, I don't think it was being managed properly, you know? And I don't think that Tyler Perry, even though he may have 20%, 25%, 30%, whatever percentage he has as far as, ownership and stake in the company, he was still running his own Tyler Perry Studios regardless. Like he wasn't in like the business of making sure that BT Plus ran properly. He's just like, okay, here's my stuff. Make sure it uploads properly. That's it. you know. We say hopefully they don't go to all black. I got that app, but they stay canceling shows, and they only put out 6 episodes a season. Yeah, I had all black for a while, and then there was just certain shows. I was just like, I'm not really interested in these shows. I was only interested in probably like a couple shows. Was it Saints and Sinners on all black? I like Saints and Sinners. I think that was on all black. So Tia Jones says, seems like Paramount is doing the same thing that Disney Plus is doing. Yeah. Yes, they are. Yes, they are. Corporate engulfment. They are consolidating and just breaking everything down into one whole big conglomerate ball. Right? So they're putting everything under one umbrella so they can control everything. Right? Showtime is under Paramount. Right? Um, Showtime's been under Paramount for a while. Um, but I think that's the reason why this is the last season of The Shy. Like we knew there was going to be a season 8, which is going to be the longest running, but they was like, all right, it's going to be the last season. Season 8 is going to be the last season. I'm like, damn. So what do you say? Saints and Sinners was on Bounce. Was it on Bounce? Yeah. Okay. Bounce. I never even watched Bounce. I Bounce just came about, right? Bounce hasn't been around for a while. Disney will be bought by Paramount at this rate. I don't know about that one because Disney is pretty huge. Um, shoot, Disney's pretty huge. What's going on, Miss Snellings? How you doing? Saints and Sinners was a great show. Yeah, it was an amazing cast. It was. I like Saints and Sinners. I was kind of mad when I wasn't able to see it anymore when it didn't come back. It didn't come back on, right? Let me say I was shocked that the Shy last year lasted that long when they got rid of Brandon. It went downhill. Yes, it definitely took a turn. I was riding with it because I was pretty much invested into the boys. I wanted to see how the boys was going to turn out. I wanted to see how Keisha was going to turn out. You know what I mean? The boys, Keisha. Um, also, yeah, yeah, yeah. Once Brandon was gone, it was kind of like, eh, So, yep. You say no bounce was a fee channel, free channel, right? Free, exactly. I mean, they may have put it on bounce, but I remember Saints and Sinners being on a network I had to pay for. So I remember it being on like um all black or something like that. So like if you want all black, and then double, what was it? Not double trouble, double. Remember the twins or whatever? I think that was on all black too. There's a lot of shows that was on all black, but it's just like they weren't consistent. BT Plus was actually getting pretty good. Like for me, like when the Christmas came around, they started putting out more Christmas movies and stuff like that. Um, it was getting a little bit better, a little bit. When I say a little bit better, I mean just like quality. You know what I'm saying? Quality of the shows got a little bit better. You say, oh, okay. Only saw it on all black during COVID. Right. It was on all black. That's what I was thinking. Double Cross, thank you. Double Cross. I thought they was going to do a spin-off show how the show ended. Yeah. Right. You know what I'm saying? I like Double Cross. You know what I'm saying? I did like Double Cross. Um, what are you talking about, Cindy? Come on, man. So uh I'm hoping for the best. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, we may look at it in a grim way and be like, this is the end of all our shows that we love. And it's like, nah, it actually may be a good thing. Maybe we'll see more of the shows that we love. Usually when they do an acquisition like this, they kind of cut the fat. You know what I mean? Will we see Ruthless? Will season 6 of Ruthless see the light of day after this acquisition? I don't know. I hope it does. We need a conclusion of Ruthless, man. We need that conclusion. Like it doesn't make sense that you've already shot in 2024 and then you don't play it for the people. It's just, like I say, I remember when BET tried to do a TV series on the movie Boomerang. Yeah, I know that it wasn't going to work. Plus, the original cast didn't return. Yeah, I remember that too. And Boomerang's one of my favorite movies, and I'm just like, nah. I always say we're kids. Okay, weirdo. Time for you to go. Time for you to go, buddy. Yeah, you guys have nothing better to do, man. For real. We say Cold and Windy was a good show. Okay. I think I missed that one. Miss Nelly says, me too, but this seems horrible, right? But who's going to determine what the fat and what's not? Right, exactly. Exactly. Well, when you got suits that may not, you know what I mean? Then they were like, well, you know what, cut everything. We're gonna start from scratch. Next thing you know, we got these generic shows that has no substance and that is just stereotypical of us, and it's not a good representation of us. Hopefully, they bring back the Soul Train Awards. Yeah, well, that's going along with the hip hop awards. I mean, if they do bring it back, I like the Soul Train Awards, and like I said, when they announced that it was over, I kind of felt bad about it because like it's a special place in my heart because that's where I actually met Melissa L. Williams, who plays Ruth and Ruthless, and met Lacey, Elise Willis, who plays Lacey, and Daikon. I met all of them at the BET Soul Train Awards. So I actually won tickets. That's how I got to meet them. We say Tyler Perry can't bring it back, Sisters, so quick, but he wasn't doing the same thing with the other shows. I guess Sisters seems to be a very, very popular show, huh? I mean, I don't watch it because I can't really get into the Sisters, but I guess that's a very, very popular show, you know? And from what I saw a couple commercials. I run across the commercials. And from what I saw, the quality of the filming of it actually got better. I'm ready for Beauty in Black. Again, that's on Netflix. Has nothing to do with BT Plus or Paramount, but I'm ready for Beauty in Black. Okay. You say you feel me? Okay, cool. Some movies don't need a TV series, or yeah, I agree with you. Yeah, not right now, buddy. To be honest, it's too much. Yeah, I was talking about that earlier, and it's not that easy, man. You know what I'm saying? It's not that easy to start a network, especially when you have huge companies that want to control everything. And I was saying this earlier that when you have huge companies that's like, okay, we're going to swallow this company, take this company over, mix this company in, blend this company with this company, we're going to have total control and monopolization of stuff. And then you say, you know what? I'm going to start a network and call it Rock City, right? And it's like, they're going to be like, what? You going to do what? They're gonna start seeing you, getting some licenses and stuff like that, and trying to license out movies and this, that, and the third. And they're gonna catch wind of that, and then they're gonna tell these people not to let that license go through, or they're gonna tell whatever company it is going to build the structure for your studio to not do it because if they want to do business with them, the big guys, they can't do business for you. You know what I'm saying? So it's a lot of dirty stuff there's a lot of dirty stuff going on, behind the scenes that a lot of people don't talk about it because, this Nelly says, I kind of wonder what's going on, what's going to happen to Tyler Perry Studios if they're going to be, excuse me, oh my God, going to be a reboot of the programs. Yeah. See, the thing about it is like Tyler Perry, praise God, he got his own studio, right? And from what I understand, the way he works is like, okay, boom, we got the studio, we got the facility, or whatever the case is. Now we need to negotiate deal with whatever network that wants this particular show because we already shot the pilot, we already sent the pilot in. They like the pilot. They want to do, they want to do 20 or 30 or maybe 50 episodes, right? And see how it goes, right? Or do 10 episodes and see how it goes, right? And see what the numbers are as far as the show, right? Let's say that. And they say, okay, we're gonna give you this certain amount of budget. If the views do well, if people watch it, if we track it down, that people actually like this show and they continue to watch it over and over on this particular app, guess what? We're gonna renew your season, and then you're gonna get another 10 episodes, or you're gonna get another 22 episodes. Knowing how Tyler Perry works, he'll get the budget, and you've heard it before. You've heard this before that the dude will do 2 or 3 episodes in one day. You know what I'm saying? It'll just be running through it like, okay, you got it. Boom, you do this, action. And then they'll just run through the episodes and be like 3 episodes done in one day, then another three, then boom, we got all the episodes done. Now I could pay you guys more because it took a short amount of time for me to pay these guys to film it, right? Or pay the APs or pay the people to, the production staff and stuff like that. So I could pay them, but I don't have to pay them as much because of the time. They didn't put that much time in because you guys got it done quick. Now I can give you actors more money. And that's a beautiful thing that Tyler Perry has figured that out. You know what I'm saying? He's figured it out where he can elapse the time. What takes usually 5 6 months, he'll do in 5 6 weeks or less. You know what I'm saying? Therefore, paying the actors more money and then turn around having um thank you, Rock City, for subscribing. I appreciate it. Rock City Mauve. Salute to you. So it's a beautiful thing of what how Tyler Perry works, right? So he could pay the actors more. So when there's another project, they'll be more than happy to say, you know what, Tyler paid me a lot of money just to do a couple of weeks of work, right? Who said that? Tia's husband said that, right? I think Tia's husband or ex-husband said that. It's like Tyler Perry paid me more than I've ever gotten paid and whatever he said, right? So yeah, man. What you say, Miss Snelly said? Yes, I hate those thrown together episodes, but thank you for breaking that down because I did not understand why he started doing that. Yeah, that's why. That's why. He broke it down. Either it was in his documentary, that documentary, I think it was on Prime, or it was somewhere where he kind of broke it down, where he was like, this is how we move. And then I think one of the actors also broke it down. It's like, yeah, we gotta know our lines and we'll get 2 or 3 episodes done in one day. Or maybe sometimes four. Plus I got the inside track with some folks that actually worked on the set. So yep, yep. So I mean, look, whatever happens with BT Plus, I think that's why Tyler Perry was smart enough to pivot more so. I don't know if y'all noticed when the BT acquisition fell through, when they weren't able to buy it, when whoever owned, it was Viacom, owned BT, and they was like, nah, we want you to pay more. We want you to pay 30 billion more, 30 billion more. And it was like, nah, we're not going to do it. Once that happened, I don't know, it was around the same time. Tyler pivoted and then started getting deals with Netflix and Prime. I don't know if y'all remember that. So once those deals went through, it was like, oh, okay, BET, you own BET now. You own BET Plus. Okay, well, I'm going to leave these shows here. We're gonna keep doing the Oval. We're gonna keep doing Ruthless. We're gonna keep doing Sisters. Keep doing those Prime shows. What was it, Assistant Living or House of Pain? Right. We'll keep doing that, but I'll be working over here on Prime. I'll be working over here and doing a movie with Kerry Washington, 6888, one of the greatest movies ever done by Tyler Perry. Right. I'm gonna be doing a lot of different stuff over here. While y'all playing games over here, I've already sold these shows to you, but you haven't bought these shows because I already sold them to these movies and shows. I always sold them to Prime and Netflix. You see what I'm saying? So it's gonna be something, man. It's gonna be something. It's gonna be something. We say. So yes, Tyler Perry was definitely smart to go to Netflix, even though I don't think his shows won't last long on Netflix. Why do you think that? Because there's so many shows on Netflix, huh? You think they'll get engulfed by the other shows? There's a lot of shows on Netflix. It's like a lot of shows. And we're just talking about the shows and movies done in English. Remember, Netflix got international movies and international shows too. So Miss Dunk says, I remember a pivot, but I thought it was because of the allegations or the crybaby keys and no. No, I think that came after the deals, you know? He said, plus I remember when Tyler Perry saved the Oprah Winfrey Network, even though she doesn't own a majority of the network anymore. Yeah, that's wild. That's crazy that your own network that's named after you, you don't have majority ownership of it. Mm, that's kind of wild to me. But then it's like it's wild, but then it's not. Because if I start a network, right, and I bring it up, it's here, and then I bring it up in value here, and then people want to invest into my network, right? I still have majority ownership of it. And then as I get bigger, it's like, well, I don't want to do so much work, right? I want other people to kind of like run it now because we have a system in place. So because we have a system in place and it's all the way up here, well, you know what? I'm willing to get up, as long as I get my billions and millions every year off of, my company, then I don't need to have majority stake in the company. But then it's like you lose control of the decision making process because you have lesser stakes, right? So if you had 100%, you go down to 75%. Then the company gets bigger, you go down to 50%. After that, once you get 49%, you no longer have majority stake in a company. Whoever has that 51%, and that could be a bunch of shareholders, that could be like 4 or 5 shareholders, they're in full control of that company. You know what I'm saying? But you got 49%, 48%. You don't have majority stake in that company. You don't have, the majority ownership. So because you don't have majority ownership, therefore, you don't have majority say. So what goes down if they want to put, Sambo on your network, you don't have control anymore, which is unfortunate. Unless you put it in the contract. Unless there's some contractual clauses that goes with losing ownership, right? But you have to have a good lawyer to put that together. Tyler Perry, smart for that. Yeah. Tyler Perry was playing chess, not checkers. I hope it said right. Yeah, you did. Did Paramount recently buy Warner Brothers? Yes, they did. They did. Well, she didn't exactly have to legacy with her bloodline to leave it too, so she might as well make a little coin on her name by selling. Yeah, she's getting older. Yeah, that's true. That's true. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, Paramount does. I think they all do, honey. Tia, I think they all do. I think they all have the same idea. They just don't all have the same amount of money. You know what I'm saying? Paramount bread go long. You know what I'm saying? Netflix bread go long too. Warner Brothers, they don't got no, they've lost a lot. That's why they had to sell. Warner Brothers had to sell, you know. But when it comes down to this corporate acquisition, man, it's like, listen, everybody has a number. I was talking to my guy early. I don't know if y'all was able to check it out, but if you haven't, check out my new podcast with my guy Derek Scott from 2111 Radio called The Algorithm Chronicles. And we were talking about that. We was talking about the ownership aspect of things and how people kind of just give up some stuff and just to gain more. You know what I'm saying? If I'm gonna give you $10 million for ownership into this and you need that $10 million to buy you a new home or whatever the case is, or you got to put somebody through college, or you want to take 10 million and invest it in something else, that's what they do. Okay, I'll sell a percentage of ownership for this, and I'm going to use this as collateral on this, on another entity or business, right? Yeah. Seems like they could be wasting uh, their time because people like YouTube more than they realize, considering it's free over here and not over there. Yeah, yeah. YouTube is in competition too. YouTube is definitely in competition, but YouTube is more so in competition, not more so on the movie end of things. YouTube is in competition more so with like TikTok and IG, more so TikTok. You know what I'm saying? And utilizing this space right here, this vertical space right here, the same way they do on TikTok. You know, we say I hope Carl Weber is able to continue. We haven't even got Family Business New Orleans. Yep, season 2 or the new Black Hand. Exactly, exactly. A lot of changes going on. Oh, you say Rock City Marv? Your joint was blocked, bro. Let me see. All she had to do was let a real one. Yeah, bro. They blocked that, bro. They blocked the bus, and they blocked the kids. So yeah. But I saw the message, bro. I seen the message, bro. They automatically, if you when you type like that, they automatically block you, bro. It's not even me. Um Tia says, hopefully Carl Weber show continues. Yeah. Yeah, I think he said the same thing. What do you say, Big Dino? Oh yeah. Big Dino said that. He said the same thing. Yeah. Uh yeah. hmm So yeah, season 7, it seems to be on the way for Carl Weber's The Family Business. But yeah, we needed season 2 of Family Business New Orleans. But if these season 2s are getting shut down because of this acquisition, then that's probably why we haven't seen any advertisement for it. Like out, we should have seen if they finished shooting New Orleans, we should have been seeing like a trailer, just like the same way we're waiting for the trailer for Ruthless. It's like, what is going on? You know, uh, I like the show Ruthless too, but I always felt Tyler Perry should have made that show 3 seasons or 2. Gotcha. Because I feel like that didn't need to last a long time. Okay. Plus, you do the best. Oh, thank you. I do the best Ruthless reviews. Thank you, Tia. That means a lot. That really, really means a lot. Yeah. I love doing them. And I think you know why I love doing them. Because I have a lot of fun doing it. I have a lot of fun. Doing Elda Maramava. I have so much fun. And to be able to actually interview her, we interviewed her, you know that, right? Me and Tika, we interviewed her. It's actually in my member section, under Celeb Talk, but we did interview her. Yeah, it was fun. Yeah, I want Nola to come back too because we have to find out what happened to Big Shirley and who was that coming up the steps while she was tied up in her office. Right? We heard a strap, somebody go pow, and then that was it. And then we heard somebody running up the steps, and she was tied up, and she looked up. They left us hanging. I always say I love Family Business New Orleans. I like the cast, everything. Plus, what's going on with the Black Hamptons? Yeah. Which network or streaming app you think that show will be good for? Family Business New Orleans. Um, mm, I'm not gonna say Tubi. I'm not gonna say Tubi. Oh, you saying stars? What's up, Gina? Do you need to start worry about start? Nah, nah. Mm-mm. Stars and the whole Lionsgate thing, and I think they worked that out. You know what I'm saying? Because we know we wait on Power Origins, we waiting on Raising Canaan. We already got look. As long as they're putting trailers out and they're saying P Valley's coming, Raising Canaan's coming, Origins is coming. They're putting money into these shows. So as long as we see these little clips and little trailers and 30-second trailers, we're good. We're good. So we don't have to worry about it. Definitely Netflix or stars. Okay, that's what you're thinking. Soon there's not gonna be any apps left. It's just gonna be like 2 apps. You know what I'm saying? At this rate, the way that it's moving is like, all right, Paramount Plus app and Netflix and the Disney Plus app. This is gonna be 3, right? At this rate. So what do you say? You said I love Ruthless, but they shouldn't have unalive certain characters. Yeah, I think there was a lot of politics in that. I think there was a lot of behind the scenes stuff that some of us know about and some of us don't. As you know, on June 1st, BT Plus will be no longer anymore. So, June 1st, Bryson, thank you, Bryson. June 1st, that's right around the corner. We're in March, April, May, June, 3 months, 3.5 months, huh? What up, Antoine Fisher in the building, man? What do you think about this, man? BT Plus being acquired by Paramount, and they took majority stake of Tyler Perry, man. Tyler Perry don't got majority stake in BT Plus no more. Yeah, like having cable again, yeah. But here's what I know. One thing I know about us as a people is that when there's a will, there's a way. And the reason why I think this is happening has everything to do with what's going on with AI. AI is moving so fast, right? And acquiring control the best way you can, these companies are stabilizing themselves. They're trying to stabilize themselves in ownership of all of this, all of these assets, so that if someone says, I'm going to duplicate Tyler Perry's Ruthless and make a season 7, 8, 9, and 10, but I'm going to use AI to do so. Just an idea. I'm just speculating. I'm just a YouTuber just talking right now. And somebody can do that through AI. They want to have full control. So if somebody tries to do that without their permission and without giving them a piece of the pie, they can go after them legally. Right. So because AI is moving so fast, and now we have apps that literally can put movie stars that we've seen into its own ecosystem and create whatever you wanted to create, whatever movie you wanted to create. You could take Tom Cruise and Tyler Perry. You could take Medea fighting Tom Cruise, and boom, here they are. Medea's fighting Tom Cruise, and boom, 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 boom. We have Medea Impossible, right? I'm just making stuff up. But that's what's happening. So let me acquire these companies and these assets. So if somebody violates and uses an intellectual property, IP, right, of Medea, of Tom Cruise, of, you know what I'm saying, character that Tom Cruise played, right, then I can legally shut that down. So yeah, feels old, too familiar, right? Like BT first got quietly sold. Yeah, well, but at this point, fam, it's like I think we have to realize that this is just the way business goes. Whether we like it or not, it's not even an emotional thing. You know what I'm saying? We have emotional attachment to certain shows, but let's be real, these networks don't have any emotional connection, and some of them don't even have emotions. It's strictly business. At the end of the day, it's strictly business. Okay? Miss Nung says, you know what's crazy? That Netflix series Black Mirror, yep, kind of gave a warning of all this, yep, and the episode before this all happened with AI. I was watching something the other day. I'm watching a lot of stuff, and they talk about The Simpsons. And he said The Simpsons didn't predict anything. And again, it's just theory, fam. Just follow me for a second. They said The Simpsons didn't predict anything. This was all planned 10 years before it actually happened. So it was all planned, and by the time, The Simpsons aired, boom, next thing you know, Trump is going down the golden steps, and then this happens, and then it's like all planned out. Even the Kobe thing, like crazy, crazy. So we look at it as entertainment and brush it off, but these are plans. When we watch these cartoons, we watch these shows. What's crazy that Netflix? Oh yeah, I read that. That's why billions. Oh, oh. Billions. Yeah, it was my favorite show. Yeah. Seeing your other podcast talking about 50. Yeah. Why didn't you mention his other diss track? Stay there. Because um I forgot. But so look, Antoine, most definitely Fire J. They say AI. Yeah, exactly. That's the reason why we didn't talk about it, because we were prior to the show, the song, and really quick, and then I'll get back to this. The song American Hustler, that was 50. You could tell it was 50. But there's so many AI 50 songs out there that you can tell is AI, so we don't even like talk about it. The only thing I talk about is whatever 50 posts on his IG. If he's posting it, then I'm going to talk about it. If other people are putting out these songs, then I'm just like, nah, okay, yeah, that sounds good. Yeah, that's dope, but that's not 50. If 50 posts it, then I'll talk about it. You know what I'm saying? Because he's the algorithm. I always say facts. Okay, let me go back a little bit. Oh, Woke Flicks is Netflix new name. Okay, I see. Miss Nelly says facts. I'm a conspiracy theorist, so I'm right there with you. Yep, they say they can't do something in the world without telling us. Not their fault if we don't pay attention. The Simpsons stay predicting things. Plus, it's been off for so long. I think it's one of the longest running shows ever, especially when it comes to cartoons. No, I heard it. I heard Antoine. I heard it already. I heard Stay There. I like it. I like it. It is AI though, but I do like it. I do like it. Um. Okay. Yeah. So you know, I just hope these shows get, before anything is finalized or while stuff is being finalized. I hope they put in the contracts to release the the seasons that have already been shot. Just play them for us. That's all it has. Put these joints out so we can finish out the series. And if you like the show, keep it. If you don't like the show, it is what it is. You know what I'm saying? Gina says a few days ago, I've seen a list of 5 different posts saying family business is coming. Is it BS? Well, again, I did see this. I was talking about this earlier, that they got Little Nevada, and it says, what does it say at the bottom? Season 7? Is that what it says? And that was on a family business post. So who knows these days, man? They put out, like, AI is getting so good that sometimes you can tell and sometimes you can't tell. And trust me, I play with AI all day, like every day, like a lot of my thumbnails, you know what I'm saying? This, that, and the third. But, I'm not trying to create AI to fool people. You know what I'm saying? Some people do that. They'll say, yeah, this is coming, and da 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 da. And they'll create like the paid in full poster of with Joey Badass on it, and Tariq and Michael Rainey Jr. I'm like, why y'all creating stupid stuff like this that you know it doesn't exist? But some of these guys, they're creating because, oh, I would love this, but they don't say, I would love to see this if this is going to be the new paid in full with Michael Rainey Jr. and Joey Badass in it, you know? So, what do you say? I'm begging them with you. Yeah, yeah. Just please put it out. What up, Joe James says, say goodbye to sisters. Yeah, I mean, y'all. I don't watch sisters, but there's a lot of people that really like sisters. It had you tickled? Yeah. There's a lot of sisters fans out there, right? And again, I guess it's a good show. I really don't watch it. I couldn't stand bruh. I could not stand bruh. And for those that have been following me for years, thank you so much for subscribing to me and rocking with me and sharing with your friends and family and telling them to subscribe and everything. I appreciate you. Please continue to do that. I appreciate it. But one thing y'all learn about me is that I don't cover everything. Like, I don't cover everything that Tyler Perry puts out there. If I can't connect with it, then I'm probably not gonna cover it. If I can't connect with it, I'm probably not gonna cover it. And that's just the way it is. Let me see something. Uh Boom. A little bit lighter. It's okay. I'm a little bit lighter. It's all right. So yeah, man. What you say? Tia says, I remember when they did AI and he thought that Tom Cruise, I think, yeah, it was Brad Pitt. They was doing a movie together. Yeah. Look, AI been around for a long time. Okay. And some people said, oh, it was CGI. Remember hearing CGI for a long time? Remember the Marvel movies? Like, yeah, we use CGI. Well, guess what, fam? That was artificial intelligence back then. The voice on your phone that you've had for a long time, whether it be Siri or whoever, that's AI too. So we've been using AI for a long time. It was just primitive and growing. And it's gotten to the point now that we actually have conversations and it knows us and it can give us ideas and bounce ideas and then it can create images and now it can create video. So AI has been around for a very long time. It is now just we have access to it. What you mean don't shame us? What do you mean? How would I do that? I remember when they did AI and they made it seem like Tom Cruise and Brad Pitt was doing a new movie together. I think it was them. I do remember something like that. It can be used to find you. Yeah. AI can be used for a lot of different things. More so than ever. Purified water can be used to find you. Can be used to find you too. Skynet. Yep. Antoine, man, you know where this is going, bro. Next thing you know, we gonna be on Mars, and then dude gonna open up his shirt, and he gonna have another dude, a head, a baby arm. Talking about, I am the wise one, and I will give you. That joke was creepy to me, man. I'm muted. Stop playing, man. Here we go with these guys, man. Please, please get up out of here. I'm about to block your ass because you guys, man, get on my nerves. Plus, they be having AI people have music careers. Well, they tried. They tried. They tried. You know what I'm saying? They tried. There's a lot of artists, AI artists out there too. Yeah, Total Recall, man. I love Total Recall though. I did watch that movie over and over and over. Cause I was sci-fi. I'm still a sci-fi guy, but I did watch that movie over and over and over. You know. Let us keep showing respect. He a cool guy. Plus, he keep it cool. Who you talking about? Yeah, Total Recall was that was a dope movie, man. That was a dope movie. But I also like Minority Report with Tom Cruise. Y'all remember that? Where he was moving the stuff around, you know what I'm saying? It was like digital stuff and he would move. Yeah. I prefer the original over the new one. Okay. Yeah. Look, there's a lot of duplicates. Thank you, Tia. I really, really appreciate that love. That definitely keeps me going. I appreciate you for real. You don't know how much that means to me, for real. That keeps a brother going because right now, we gonna need this more so than ever. I knew I like you. Classic Schwarzenegger. Yeah, dog. Of course. I go way back like that. We OGs in this. Oprah Winfrey ruined Tyler Perry after she got her hook into him. What do you mean? Elaborate on that. I like Arnold Schwarzenegger. Totally cool. Yeah. See, those were the days, man. It's like they don't make movies like that anymore. But you know why they can't make movies like that anymore? And I'll just give you my theory. And you guys definitely let me know what your thoughts are. They can't do movies like that anymore because I think, and it's just my opinion, we have been overloaded with way more information than we used to. See, back then when Total Recall came out, there was no social media. You know what I'm saying? What's up, Bookworm? Good to see you. Yeah, it's been a while. It's been a while. We just kicking it, talking about this. Thanks for coming through. We have been overloaded with information. So we have access to all types of information. When Total Recall came out, Schwarzenegger movies came out, Rambo came out, The Predator came out. Remember those movies? You know what I'm saying? We're talking 80s, right? We're talking early 80s, mid 80s, late 80s. You know what I'm saying? We didn't have all these access to all this information. Now we're overloaded with all types of stimuli that comes through this phone or comes through the computer. So when a movie like Total Recall comes out, it's primitive. It's basic. Like we love it, but okay. I'll give you an example, right? I love He-Man and the Masters of the Universe. I'm that guy that loves Voltron, right? Those were the days in the 80s, right? So Masters of the Universe is coming back June 5th, all right? He-Man, Hona, right? Now I'm excited about it, right? Because I was a fan of the show, I watched the show, you know what I'm saying? I had the action figures. I used to draw a lot. So I used to draw Voltron, I used to draw the Thundercats, I used to draw He-Man, I used to draw all of that. You know what I'm saying? I'm living in the hood, you know what I'm saying? And that's all we had was cartoons and radio and pad and pen and all of that, right? And those were the days when we didn't have access to create stuff so easily. Man, do you know I could pick up this same phone that I'm talking to you on? And I have created a feature film right from my phone. Ah, Gina, thank you so much. I appreciate you. Thank you so much for that $20 super chat, Gina. You don't know how much that means to me right now, girl. For real. Thank you so, so much. God bless you, my brother. Thanks for everything you do. Thank you so much, Gina. You appreciate that super chat. For real. For real. Means a lot. Thank you. So, you know, like I can create a feature film. I've created a feature film, fam. I've created a vertical film that when you watch it, you're gonna be like, yo, this is good. I got a guy, right? It's me. I'm in the film. You're gonna see my face in the film. I'm the guy. I'm in a plane. I crashed. You probably seen a little bit of it in my shorts, but I didn't show the rest yet. I got rain falling down on my face. I got a hoodie on. I'm talking to this lady. There's a fire burning in the background. The plane is. I created all that on my phone. So when we love these movies and say, man, those were classic movies. Yeah, we definitely gonna keep that nostalgia. We're gonna keep that in our heart. But now we can create it right from our phone. Are you serious? It's crazy. It's crazy. What y'all saying now? Let me see. Thank you again, Gina. Thank you. Miss Nelly says I still have the Masters of the Universe DVD. Oh, word. I think I have the VHS. They put the 80s one on DVD. Yeah. I think I have the DVD too in storage. Paramount and CBS bent the knee to, yep. That's why they canceled my Paramount. Really? What's up, Carolyn Brown? Thank you for coming through. Back in the days, we were easier to entertain. Yep. But after you watch everything from the sci-fi wise, yeah. Yeah. I was telling, one of my boys earlier, because he never heard the saying, and maybe you guys have heard the saying, maybe you haven't. So I'll just give it to you. They say once the mind stretches, it can never go back. Meaning, once you learn something and learn of a better way, learn of a better system, learn of, just something new, you'll never go back to the basic thing that you was doing before because now you learned a better way and an easier, more efficient way to do things. That's the same thing with entertainment, right? we may watch something that is nostalgic to us that we love, but if it doesn't have certain elements that we're used to now, then we're probably not gonna watch it. That's why I don't cover everything. That's why I don't cover everything. What do you say? When am I gonna drop it? My feature film, I still gotta finish it. I'm still in the process of finishing it. Um it's vertical right now, so it's all vertical, so you can watch you're gonna be able to watch it on your phone. That's where kind of entertainment's going. I don't know if you've seen, when you scroll on the feed or whatever, you may see a commercial and it's like a story about a woman and she got uh her face crushed and her mother-in-law is just being terrible to her, and then this prince comes along, and it's like these stories, they captivate you right away, and then you're like sitting there watching the story, and you're like stuck on the story to see what happens next. And it's all on your phone. That's the type of stories I'm kind of doing. We say not ready yet. Yeah, it's not ready yet. I was just about to ask, when are you gonna start your own, at least writing shows and movies? Yeah, yeah. I've been doing that on the low. You know what I'm saying? Doing it on the low, because now, and again, some people are mad at AI. I am, remember what I said, Masters of the Universe, Thundercats, He-Man, Terminator, Total Recall, right? Always wanted to do to like I love the movie, always wanted to create the movie. Now I can create movies on my phone. I'm doing it, right? So while AI is like, oh yeah, I hate AI, I'm like, bro, I'm about to create something that possibly can bless my family, possibly. You know what I'm saying? But again, we go back to BET, we go back to Tyler Perry, we go back. Oh, so what are you gonna do with this feature film? I guess I'm gonna sell it. Who am I gonna sell it to? How am I gonna get it out to the rest of the world? Well, you can put it on YouTube. Okay, that's cool. That's cool. But do I have ownership of that? Do everything we do on YouTube, do we have full ownership of that? You know what I'm saying? So, or you create your own website, right? Create my own website, right? You can't go back home. The sci-fi movies we used to love are like comedies and make us laugh today. Yeah, it's true. You're right. You're right about that. Die Hard was another great movie from the 80s. Yeah, definitely Die Hard. Yep. Rock City Networks. There you go. Yeah, exactly. Exactly. Create your own, right? Create your own family and have full, total control. I think that's the lesson that all of us are learning. That's why, honestly, I haven't heard about it in a long time, because I guess they're protecting themselves right now. But if you guys ever heard of fan base, I'm sure you have, with Isaac Hayes the third, and people can invest in it. Now, I haven't heard about investments in a while. I guess they stopped. I guess they reached their goal of investment, that you can, have ownership in fan base. But I've tried to use the, honestly, nothing against Isaac Hayes and them. I've tried to use fan base to do what I do, and there's still some like glitches with it. And I need them to perfect it even more. So if you're going to be getting investments and stuff like that, I hope you're investing into the people that are controlling the infrastructure and the way that the app works, because it needs to work just as good or even better than IG, better than the TikTok, better. You know what I'm saying? It's like, yeah, I want to invest 3.99 in you, but if y'all not improving on the app and I can't do something the same way I did on these other apps or even better, then what am I doing? And I'm not discouraging y'all to not invest and not go on fan base. I'm encouraging you to do that. You know what I'm saying? But I'm gonna work with you till you get your app going. And it's like, all right, I'm gonna work with you. Where's the improvements? I need the improvements. I need the improvements. So yeah, that's what I need. Improvements. I always say, you say, so if you rock and with AI so hard, then you should have went on ahead and let AI 50 rock Jay. Nah. There's some things I'm not going to roll with, right? So, sometimes I'll have AI music in the background playing while I'm doing the live. You've been on sessions like that where I have the mic and have everything and I have music playing. That's AI beats, right? That's for me. And the reason why I can play that is because it's not copywritten. You know what I'm saying? So other apps want to charge me so I can get instrumentals from them. And I'm like, why? So now I got AI beats. I don't need to be charged for nothing. You know what I'm saying? I don't need no strikes or nothing. So I'll go to a certain extent. The music thing, I'll listen to it and they be like, yo, this 50 joint from it's AI is dope. Yeah, okay. I like it. It's cool, but if it's not 50. So if it's not 50, then I'd rather listen to 50 rap than the AI 50. And it may be good, but it's not the original. It's not the actual person. We say, oh, somebody talking about the movie Belly. I remember Hype Williams. Yep. Did Belly. He never did another movie again. Hmm. I'm trying to think about that. Did he? Yeah. He never did a movie again, huh? Yeah, I haven't seen him do videos either, but back then, Hype Williams was getting paid hundreds of thousands of dollars to do a video, damn near millions of dollars to do a video. Gonna do a Hype Williams video. Yeah, give me $1 million. I'll get you the video. Now it's like, nobody paying no $1 million for a video. You know what I'm saying? Nobody doing that. Nobody doing that. So, anyway, we say Miss Snelling says, James, Jay, let me get an internship at your company because you just taught me something with that knowledge. Look, you don't got to get an internship. I'm here. I'm moving in a direction of course, sticking with entertainment, but I'm moving in a direction of just sharing some stuff that is linked to what we know as entertainment. And we just gonna learn from each other. You know what I'm saying? We learn from each other. We say I'm trying to figure out that he ever do another movie again because I think Hype Williams wrote the movie Belly. Plus, I agree, he really don't do music videos like he used to. Yeah. Rock City Moth says Belly was my everything. Dang. Okay. I knew. What you say? You knew. Dabbing in the street. Okay. After the movie Facts. Yeah. Plus, the videos are amazing, but it seems like people stop working with Hype Williams. Plus, when he was doing music videos, that was musical or something. Yeah. You from Detroit? Salute to Detroit. What up, though? We grew up differently. Yeah. Yeah. I feel you. God has blessings for you for sharing. Thank you, Miss Snellings. You could ask the other YouTubers, like sometimes they say I get on their nerves because I like to share so much. When I find out something that I know is helpful for me, I immediately want to share it. You know what I'm saying? That's how I was taught. People don't buy music how they used to plus streaming can make anybody go platinum. Yeah. Let's just say when I was in the music industry in the 90s, I was doing beats, I was selling beats, to, artists on labels and independent labels and doing artist development and stuff like that. And then eventually I started my own record company. I would say the 2000s is what ruined music. And when I say 2000s, I'm talking, I don't know if you guys remember when Napster came along, when LimeWire came along, when people started sharing music. I'm not even gonna say they stole it because it's like, listen, if I got a CD and I put it in my computer and then I upload that song, that album to the computer, and now all of you guys can access it. I am sharing the music that I bought. You remember that? Okay, Mark. Okay, Rock City Marv. Salute, salute. Um, and the reason why it ruined it, going back to my point, going back to Hype Williams, going back to all of that, is because of Napster, because people started sharing music and they weren't buying music anymore. Guess what got reduced? Music budgets. And because the music budgets got reduced, we don't have enough money. I mean, they did. They just didn't want to invest. Yeah, sales went down tremendously. Rocked the music industry. So now we're not getting Hype Williams. We're getting Little X to do your videos now. We're not getting Hype Williams to charge us $1 million for a video. We're getting, other guys to do your video. We're getting my man E Rivera, who actually directs some power episodes right now. You know what I'm saying? We're getting these newer, younger guys because Hype Williams is hyped. And yeah, he got a lot of money. So we're not using them anymore because we don't have the budget to do it anymore. Now, again, the difference is that those who already were selling, like for instance, I know we're totally off base with this, but it has everything to do with this. Wu-Tang Clan, right? Second album, right? First single, Triumph, right? Y'all remember Triumph? With the bees and the graphics, and Inspector Deck was on the wall like Spider-Man, you know what I'm saying? I bomb atomically, right? Remember all of that? That was $1 million freaking video by Hype Williams. Okay. They were selling worldwide. Wu-Tang Clan is the biggest selling rap group of all time. That's why they deserve to be in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. So because of that, because of Napster, because of LimeWire, because people were sharing, a lot of really good producers and artists and stuff like that didn't get opportunity because it wasn't in the budget. And then it was like, well, you now have to come with the package. We're not going to give you money to go and create the package. No, you have to find a way to get your own money, get your own studio, get your own producer, get your own writers. If you're a writer, great, and bring us a package. In fact, why don't you go out and sell it from the trunk of your car? If you can show that you have a market, this is before social media, show that you have people who actually want to buy your stuff, we'll invest and distribute all over the world, and then we'll take a cut. It shifted. And I'm saying all that to say the same way music shifted back then and now they're making 0.003 on streams. That's terrible. Whoever allowed that to happen. It was a whole scam. Okay. Music industry, streaming services. They said, F these artists, we're not paying you nothing. Crazy, bro. My song that I put my blood, sweat, and tears in is being streamed 1,000,000 times and I get $2,000. That's crazy. What they say? I remember MC Hammer was spending a lot of money on music videos. I remember when MC Hammer went broke, they still make jokes about him today. Yeah. But see, I respect Hammer. I respect Hammer because of the knowledge of learning what he was doing. And the reason why he went broke is because he was taking care of a lot of people. And he, wasn't really investing a lot of that money. He invested it here and there, but he was paying all the dancers. He had 100 dancers on tour with him. He had band members. He had this, that, and the third. He was helping a lot of people. Exactly, exactly. I respect MC Hammer because while in the beginning, back then I'm younger, I'm in my teenage years, I'm a older teen. I'm not really from the East Coast, from New York. I'm not really respecting the music until he actually comes out with "You Can't Touch This," which was undeniable. Rick James. Can't touch this. When he came out with that, it was like, okay, okay, Hammer, you finally got me, right? But when he went on tour and all of that, this man was paying for everybody, hotel, tour buses, cars, people's, like he went broke for helping his people. Nobody talks about that. This man ain't gonna go broke. He's helping a lot of people, but he ain't gonna go broke. He's gonna guarantee that. Tyler Perry saw the MC Hammer story. Tyler Perry saw all these people make mistakes, and he says, "I'm not gonna do that. I'm not gonna allow that to happen." And say Hammer was the GOAT. Yeah. 0.003. Yes. Mm-hmm. You made more in crypto. Yeah. MC Hammer is a legend. Yes. Plus, they don't help MC Hammer when he went broke. That's why I always respect Hammer, MC Hammer. It's because he helped his people. Yeah. Yeah. But see, the thing about it is we didn't know till later on. We didn't know about Hammer doing what he did for his people until way later. Till after the fact, till after he was broke, till after he started doing, insurance uh repair or whatever commercials he was doing. You know what I'm saying? We respect him. But people got to realize sometimes you can help everybody or you can't help everybody. Yeah. Ham was top of the game, yeah. Yeah. Yep. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's wild. And to see what's going on with, Oakland right now, it's crazy. I'm a 90s baby. Yeah, I knew it. Yeah. And I knew it. Yeah. Yeah. I'm a 70s baby. The 80s raised me and the 90s defined me. Yeah. Yeah. What's up? Hey, Renee, how you doing? Yeah, can't. Yeah. So, yeah, again, going back to the lessons, everything traces back to where we started, right? We got to remember the lessons that we learn along the way, right? We got to remember that, when we're creating things, we have to make sure that we have ownership, right? Um, and if we're creating a movie, we're creating whatever it is, we have to maintain our ownership in it. You know what I'm saying? So, again, when it comes down to these deals that are made for TV shows and stuff like that, I think that has to change. Or if not, then create your own network. And it's not the easiest thing to do. And there will be a lot of obstacles because the bigger networks, the people that already exist, do not want you to have a network. Plus, I see that Quincy Jones family is trying to sell his masters. Wow. It's wild. Quincy Jones, masters? Do you know how far back his masters go? I mean, it goes further back than Michael Jackson Thriller. Okay, you know the whole uh what's his name? Austin Powers? Dun, 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 dun. You know that theme song? Quincy Jones produced that. Quincy Jones produced a lot of theme songs for TV shows. Quincy Jones got that's why they was wealthy. Wealthy family, yo. Cause they getting residual checks every single day off of stuff they did 30, 40, 50 years ago. So I love music from the 70s. Me too. 80s and 90s. Me too. If they do sell it, I don't think he probably wanted to sell it because he didn't sell it while he was alive, but they better know, they better not lowball his family when it comes to the money. Yeah, man. Quincy Jones came out of the 50s, the 60s. Yeah. Yeah, there's a lot of music that is remixed today that Quincy Jones produced from the 40s, from the 50s and the 60s. Okay? Sometimes your immediate family is your karma. Mhm. Yeah, we That's why a lot of people be like, yo, you can't take it with you, so might as well just spend it all. Some people just, you know what I mean? And then you may want to leave something for your kids, and then the kids just don't do right by it. You know what I mean? So let me turn this over here. So yeah, man, what do we do? You know what I'm saying? We say because Quincy would have never. Yeah. Yeah, so back to this though. I hope and pray that we get the best possible scenario, right? The best possible scenario when it comes down to this deal right here. You know, when they say we're gonna buy his stakes and buy his stake, was that like a mutual thing? Was that like did Tyler agree to it, or they just said, "Hey, we're just gonna buy your stakes and get you out of here"? You know, what do you think about the trailer for the new Michael Jackson? Oh man, man, oh man, oh man. Some people just be money hungry, yeah. Oh, excuse me, I'm sorry. You say the 1980s was the golden years of hip hop, yeah. The 19 you said 1990s. You know, the golden age of hip hop starts from 86 to about early 90s. I would say up to like 92, 90, 92, 93. After that, it shifts because here comes the introduction of Puff Diggity Daddy. That's when it shifted. What do you think about the Michael Jackson trailer? I love it. I was telling some of my folks. I said when we go see this, man, we're gonna be dancing in that theater. I'm gonna be dancing in the theater. I don't even care. I'm gonna be dancing in the theater. And if they like sit down, I'm gonna be like, shut up and get up and dance. That's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna say Mama Mama Makusa. That's what I'm gonna do. Because I remember when Prince wrote what? The word. I'm not gonna say the word. Oh, on here, you know what I'm talking, I'm talking about, but he didn't mess with people who didn't own their masters. Yes, 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 yes. Well, Prince was hip to the game, man, and that's why they say allegedly that they unalived him. You know, they said the same thing for Mike Jack. And Mike Jack was really trying to buy a label or buy whatever it was, and it was like, "Yeah, you're rich, but no, we're not going to have that." And then they allegedly, so yeah, it's wild, man. Greed, evil, money, what it does to people, it's insane. They said Janet got into it. Yep, I heard that too. Janet got into it with Jermaine over the what could have been done better. Would have loved to see that. Yeah, I think Jermaine shut her down. That's what I heard. Tia Jones says yes. It definitely starts my 1986. Yeah. Plus, I remember when they said Sugar Hill Records passed on LL Cool J. Yeah, that was the biggest mistake, right? And I was like, something is wrong with them. That's why the record label went down here. Yeah. Yeah, because you too, yeah. Because they probably didn't see how great he was because, if okay, y'all seen Crush Groove? You seen the movie Crush Groove? That's one of my favorite hip hop movies. Crush Groove, right? Then Wild Style, and then you can go up to the Beat Street and then this and that, right? But you remember Crush Groove? Yes, Rick Rubin. Yep. You remember when LL came in there and it was like your auditions is done, you know what I'm saying? And LL came in there with homeboy, he was like box. And he played the music, you know what I'm saying? And he did radio right there. Just imagine him going up into the Sugar Hill gang, Sugar Hill Records doing that. You know what I'm saying? He wouldn't have gotten the same response. So I'm glad they passed LL on the Sugar Hill. You know what I'm saying? I'm glad he was like the foundational artist for Def Jam. You love that movie? Yeah, that movie was dope. And he just started rapping. Yeah, he just started rapping. It was like box. My radio, you know what I'm saying? It was like dope. And then Jam Master Jay, he was about to pull the shotty out. He was, he was like, yo, oh, I said auditions was done. You know, it's unfortunate what happened to Jam Master Jay. But yes, you say one of my favorite movies? Yeah, yeah, it's one of my favorite movies. I'm glad that LL was signed to Def Jam. He signed back then. Yeah, he was the first artist. LL was the first artist on Def Jam. Yeah. People don't give LL enough respect because he was popping in the 80s, 90s, and 2000s. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, he coined himself the GOAT. And I would say in his own way, he is the GOAT. LL was the first rapper that became very popular off an emotional rap song. You know what that song is? You remember it? If you remember it, sing along with me. In fact, finish the lyrics. There you go. When I'm alone in my room, sometimes I stare at the wall, and in the back of my mind, I hear my conscience call. Go ahead, finish. Y'all don't know the rest of the lyrics. Y'all don't remember. Exactly. LL needs a movie. Yeah. I read his book, and page 211, I think, changed my 24-year-old life. I love that song. I Need Love. Yeah, a lot of people love that song. Telling me I need a girl as sweet as a dove for the first time in my life. I see I need love. There you go, Mrs. Snellings. You know it. You know it. What a basic and great time it was then, right? That was a basic time. Like, they didn't make like outfits for us. So we wore what we wore. Okay. We did the best with what we had. And the 80s was a time. We said, I always remember why did BT stop doing movies at the New Edition movie, after the New Edition movie? And the person who is the president of BT said because they didn't make the money back from the New Edition movie. Hmm. Yes, LL definitely needs a movie. Yeah. I didn't really like his recent album, but yeah. Growing up in the 80s and 90s was the best time. Let me see you say that again. Like, okay, so if you grew up in the 80s and 90s, like, we're the best. We are the best. And I'm going to tell you why we're the best. And this doesn't go against any of the younger generations. Okay. I'm just talking about our generation. I say our because y'all, we around the same age. We're the best because we were there before cell phones. We were there before beepers. We were there before wireless phones. We were there before remote controls. We were there before all of that stuff. And we lived through so many different generations of evolutions of everything, all the way up to when the computer started. Or, okay, the computer started way before in the 70s, but we didn't have access to it till about the 80s, right? The 80s and the 90s and the early 90s. So we were there at the beginning of everything. And pretty much, they said we were I'm not going to say, I don't like to say that word guinea pig, but we were the crash test dummies of the basic stuff. So when that next generation, whatever generation came with the millennials, when the millennials came about, we already mastered and perfected and went through all the trials and the ups and downs. I remember coding on a computer to get it started. Okay, I remember semicolon E, this, that, and the third, in order to get the computer to go. That's how far back I go. And I appreciate those days because, it gave me patience. Or you say we know the value of conversations and kicking it with your friends. Yep, we had an adventure because our parents couldn't track us. We sure did. We seen everything in real time. Yep, we did. Yep, we did. There you go. There you go. Miss Snellings knows what I'm talking about. Jesus Christ. How did you remember that? Even though I was born in the 80s, in the 90s, I remember they used to have them big TVs and no flat screen. Yeah. My back remembers it too. My legs remember too. My arms. Okay. Look, I'm the big guy of the family. I'm the 6'5" guy. So who's carrying most of the stuff? This guy. Okay. I remember 40-inch TVs with the big back. Guess who's carrying up the steps? Going step by step because I couldn't get my boys to help me. Me. Yep. I remember everything. Yep. I remember in school, we used to push the TV to the class. Yep. Yep. Plus, I remember you used to be lucky to have more than one TV in your. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah. Look, let me say, I remember the black and white TVs. Me too. I remember the color TVs, but it had two knobs. It had the UHF knob, which went beyond the 2, 3, 4, 5, all the way up to what was it, 13. You had the other dial, okay? And then you would have to fix the rabbit ears in order to tune into whatever other station that you can tune into that was probably on cable, but because you ain't had cable, you had to use the freaking rabbit ears and put aluminum foil on it. There you go, the antennas. Yeah. Yeah, exactly. I call them rabbit ears, right? Facts, floppy disk. Yeah. Those things used to get damaged so quick, boy. I'd be mad. I put my whole project on it and be mad. Somebody messed it up. Who creased my floppy disk? I mean, like the real floppy disk, not the hard disk to cover. It was the big dookie. I'm not gonna say that. It wasn't this big, but y'all know what it mean. Y'all know what I mean, right? It was like this. It was so flimsy. I was like, what type of casing is that? You want me to slide it in this thing and it's supposed to protect it? You remember that? Yeah, bruh. VH1, absolutely. I remember VH1. Yo, okay, so we going way back, right? And we talking about BET because I'm gonna always bring it back to where we was talking about, right? With the circle in the middle, yeah, the circle in the middle, and then you'd be waiting, sitting there. You got to wait, dial up. Yeah, I remember dial up, sitting there for like 15 minutes. You got to tell somebody get off the phone because I'm trying to get on the computer. Remember that? Okay. Some of you may know this, some of you may not, right? So I have access to the BET channels, okay? Let's just say I have access. That's all I'm gonna say. Do you know that there is a BET channel that plays videos back to back? Did you know that? There is a they're still on. Fam, they're still on. Where's my remote? There are channels on BET that plays videos back to back like back in the day. You do, Tia? We say, yes, I'll be streaming it after you go. Okay. Yes. Yes, Gina. Yes, Gina. Hold on. Let me get my remote. I'm going to hold on. This my folks. This my late night marauders. Y'all my late night marauders. Y'all my 70s, 80s, 90s folks, right? Look, fam. There, and I'm gonna show it to you. I hope I can show it to you. Okay. So I got it on green screen. But there is a BT. Yeah. All right, look, I can't play the music. But BT Soul is still on. BT Soul is still on. You want to see it? Hold on. Hold on. Hold on, fam. I gotta take you off of okay. All right, look, real quick. Yep, BT Soul. See it? BT Soul, and they play videos, fam. They play videos back to back, like back in the day. It's one of my favorite channels. Can you believe that? All this time we was like, oh, they need to bring back the videos. They have a channel, but you know, BT has multiple channels, and that's why this is gonna be a sad day if they try to strip all of our urban videos and all the good stuff that we remember and everything. You know what I'm saying? What you say? You didn't know that? Yeah. I was mad when they got rid of VH1 Soul. Yeah. Well, they got BT Soul still. You saw I just showed it to you. Better than BT Soul. Plus, I remember VH1 sold the lady with the afro. Yeah. You talking about the 80s. You remember RoboCop? Of course. Of course I remember RoboCop. Heck yeah, I remember RoboCop. Oh yeah. On follow. Oh, you can watch it on follow? Okay, I didn't know that. I got follow too. You stunned, Gina? Yeah. OBT Soul is amazing. Yeah. But they see they got other channels too. Let me see. All right, so the name of this one is In Rotation. Let me see. BT. I got on my favorites. But yeah. So BT Soul is there, but then there's other channels that strictly play like back to back videos. They got back to back rap videos. They got back, just like back in the day. End of an era. Yeah. You don't like the new BT Soul? Okay. Yeah. I've just kind of came across it in the past couple weeks. So yeah. And I don't have cable. We'll leave it at that. So so yeah, man. Paramount's taking over, fam. You either riding with them or you're not. AI's taking over. I hope y'all get yourself in a position where you learn AI or you're in front of this thing, because this thing is going to go like crazy within the next 6 months. And I hope you're in a position where it's not going to jeopardize what you do, your job, your skills. You said I like the old BT, not the new one. Okay, BT. So yeah, yeah. So I'm praying that whatever you do to earn your living, that you get yourself in the right positions, because if these things are going to come, I hope it doesn't jeopardize you earning income. All right. That's what I wish for you. And I hope you come up with a plan. And if not, then I'm probably going to have to start talking about plans. You know what I'm saying? Plans to help you maintain, and because the yeah. Yep. Which happens what? What you mean? And plus, I remember BT back in the day. They used to have Midnight Love. Yeah, I know. I do remember that. I do remember that. Start trading. There you go. Start trading. Yep, absolutely. Yes, yes. We're gonna talk about that. And Rock City Marv. You can share your knowledge as well on trading and what to trade. You don't have cable either yet. We're gonna leave it at that. Yeah, man, like we got to get back to each one teaching one, because the era I come from, the generation I come from, that's what it's all about. That's why still, when I learn something new, like what I just shared, I'm happy to share. I'm not a gatekeeper. That's not how I was raised. You know what I'm saying? I'm the guy that wants you to know about this, because if I'm going to benefit from it, I'm going to want to share it. I'm happy to share it. Some people's like, oh, now I'm gonna keep this to myself. I don't want you to know because I don't want you to get ahead of me. Guess what that is? Freaking crab in a barrel mindset. Hate that. Oh, well, you know about this? Nah, you don't know about that? Okay, well, I got that, but you don't got it. What are you, a kid? Grow up. We say wash. That's the name of it. Wash. Okay. All right. That's a stock you can invest in. Cool. Cool. Yeah. Yeah, fam. So bringing it all back to BET and this acquisition. Grab your glass. We're gonna say cheers to BET Plus. Because if it's gonna be gone, you will be missed. That's right. All I drink is water now. You say I used to snack. I used to sneak and watch Midnight Love. Oh, why would you be sneaking, ma'am? What are you sneaking for? All right, to hear slow jams in the middle of the night? No, I am not in no hot Atlanta. No, mm-mm. Because I was born in the 1990s. Oh, okay, because you were super young. You were young and you were sneaking. How old were you when you were sneaking to watch Midnight Love? Yeah, we love slow jams. Yeah, I love slow jams too. What's up, Blonde Wig Sanchez? Yep. You and Ellie. Oh, yeah. And L. Yeah, yeah, yeah. That's gonna premiere tomorrow. That's gonna premiere tomorrow. Me and L from Cross. Yeah. Yeah. I'm gonna. Yeah, you're gonna see that tomorrow. That interview. That discussion. Do you remember HBO used to be Channel 13? Yep, I do. Look, I go way back to the black box. Okay, I remember my father. He was the man with the cable box. Okay, I remember. Okay, I go. This is how far back I go. I go back to when cable, because we had cable, and the cable box was a black box with a silver plate and one knob. And you turn that knob and you go past 13 and 14, and then those were the cable channels, and you just switch. And then you would get to HBO, and HBO would be like H. Not H, it would be like another letter or another. It wouldn't be H, but you know what I'm saying? It was like one knob. You had to get up and turn it. This was before remote controls. I remember the first remote control. And the first remote control wasn't remote. The first remote control had a cord connected to it that would go to the TV. It wasn't wireless like this. It was a cord that went to the TV. So if you're sitting in the chair, you can watch it, but you had a cord still connected to the TV. It wasn't remote. That's how far back I go. Where I was the remote control as a kid. My pops would be like, turn the channel to the channel, turn the channel. He from the country. Turn the channel to the channel, the channel. Turn the channel to the channel. You know the channel. You know the channel we were always watching. I'd be like, all right, which one, pops? Which one? I was the remote control. Oh man. Let me see here. Yes. All right. I remember the old school phones, house phones with the long. Yes, I remember that. You know what I'm saying? I remember that. Mm. Yeah, I know. You be twirling around, and next thing you know, you wrapped up in the cord like a mummy. Remember that? Okay. Oh man. Right. I'm playing. I gotta stop to turn the channel. Yeah. Come on. We was all remote controls at some point in our childhood. You know what I'm saying? We were we were sort of butlers and maids when we were kids. Go give me a glass of water with some ice. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Go over there and get this and bring back this and Yeah. Yep. Yep. But see, I appreciate that. We were talking about Blondie Wicks at Sanchez. We were talking about Paramount acquiring BET Plus and also acquiring the ownership stake that Tyler Perry had in BET Plus. So that's why Tyler Perry's in the background. We were talking about that earlier. We say Rock City Mob says, do you remember when you can just order HBO by itself? Yes. Yeah. Oh yeah. That's how far back I go. You know what I'm saying? Pops used to it's like, all right, we're gonna get HBO. And that's it. You want the package? Like, nah, we just want HBO. When the theme song was like and then the big H and the B and it was silver and it would be floating in the middle. That's how far back your boy go. Plus we was outside when we was kids. Make sure you come in the house. Yep, street lights. Yep. Yep. Mm-hmm. Absolutely. When the sun went down. Okay, what message was held? Did HBO what? I had a promo night? Oh, not promo night. You trying to say they blocking your message because you put that word in there. I remember HBO was for adults back in the 90s, yeah. And you had to be rich to have it. You didn't have to be rich to have it. You definitely had to have a good job. Like if your parents had a good job, my dad had a good job. My dad was a he worked with the doctors. He was a surgical assistant. They call it something else today. I forgot what it's called today, but he pioneered the surgical assistant industry back in the day. So my pops made bread, definitely. He worked hard, worked long hours, but he definitely made bread because he was working in surgery with the doctors and nurses, and you know what I'm saying. Yeah. What you say, or something else? I remember when I used to know how to get free cable. Really? Yeah, me too. Me too. Me too. Yeah, yeah. Nah, I mean, my pops was the breadwinner. I was definitely not no Fresh Prince. We lived in the hood, so we lived in the hood, but he made some good money. You know what I'm saying? But it wasn't the hood. It didn't become the hood until like later on. Again, we're talking from the 70s to the 80s in New York City. My grandmother still got the antenna on top of her house. Wow. It don't even work, does it? Right? Because that analog signal, they turned it all to digital. So that joint is just sitting on top of the house collecting dust. Oh my God, the what? Okay. Yeah. I'm from New York. I'm from New York. Yep. From New York, but I'm not in New York right now. Yep. So I love reminiscing with y'all, man. I love reminiscing with y'all. It's these moments like this nostalgic moment is just like, yeah, East Coast. That's where I'm from. I'm on the West Coast now though. Jersey in the house. Okay. Well, where you from? Where everybody else is where you living? Where you chiming in from? These my glasses. Y'all like these? We are chiming in from. Everybody put this city and state. I love what do you say? I love New York, but I couldn't stand the weather. Yeah. That's another reason why I left. Jersey, okay. What part of Jersey? Snelling, Miss Snelling's in Georgia. Yeah. What part of Georgia? Blondie, you on the West Coast? Yeah, I'm on the West Coast. I'm in Vegas. I'm in Vegas right now. Vegas has had amazing weather, 70s, 80s. I heard Northeast gonna get hit again. I heard you guys gonna get hit again. Columbus, Georgia. Yep, I have family out there. You remember back in the day, we used to get our behinds beat by our parents. They didn't play. No, yeah, I remember. It was really my mom. My mom was really the person to like be the disciplinarian. We say, what's that? Shilton? Oh, Shilton, Jersey City. Jersey City. Oh, Jersey City in the building. Yeah. I used to drive over there in Jersey City. Do you ever drive by Holly Madison House? No. East Orange in the building. Yeah, I got love for East Orange, boy. I got love for East Orange, Brick City, Newark. Yeah. What happened to Vegas? Uh, it's not true anymore. It's not true anymore. What happens in Vegas stays in Vegas. It's not true because everybody got iPhones. Bakersfield, California. All right. I love Cali. We had no one to call when we got those spankings. Nobody was going to save you except for God. God himself could save you from that. What up, Demarcus? You up? Okay, what's up, bro? These kids are so soft nowadays. Talk about it. Talk about it. Chill Town. Yeah, Chill Town. Jersey City was nice to me. Jersey City was good to me. Hoboken. I used to drive in Hoboken, Secaucus, you know, all that. What you say? I moved to Vegas, but chill is hotter than Bakersfield. Yeah, I said that too. But when you move here, you kind of adapt to the heat by never going into the heat. You know what I'm saying? If you work, I work from the morning to the afternoon when it gets super hot. Then I come home, do YouTube, do whatever else I need to do, and then once the sun goes down, I'm back outside. Yes, Newark, New Jersey, Brick City, baby. Yeah, I got love for Brick City. Remember, say if something happened at school or somebody was bullying you, you used to have to with your hands. Absolutely, it's called a fair one. It's called a fair one, and you would live to fight another day. All right, Craig. We used to use these, boy. We use these, and you would fight, and you would live to fight another day. So put that strap down. Put the strap down, Craig. Where's that from? What is that? What was that scene from? What do you say? My cat prefers to eat bugs than her kibble. That's different. Oh, it's been going on a couple years now, Vegas. Yeah, that's right, Miss Snelling's Friday. Live to fight another day. Put your dupes up. uh, she's a barn cat. Whoa, barn in Cali? I got a barn with you in the countryside. I remember when my family used to take me to the person's house to do that. Yeah. Wow. They want to see a fight. It's like, yeah, I want to see a fight. Now, what you say? Oh yeah, you deleted it. I said that earlier, Demarcus. Now we know. Now we know why we didn't see anything. Because today is what? What's the day? It's the 13th or the 14th. Didn't come out. Yep, we know. Whoever posted that was Fugazi. If you didn't fight, your mother was going to see you when you got home. Yes, that's right. That's right. Make a last Friday, so many people passed away. Yeah, I know. You need a good barn cat when you got vermin. Yeah, yeah. That's what I hear. That's what I hear. You gotta watch out for them cats though. They're gonna take your breath. They carry around parasites too. Do you think they need to make a last Friday too many people passed away? I'm gonna say it like this. Friday was good. Next Friday was good. And then after that, it was just like, hmm, what are we doing? The movie Friday, Pop said the rest, that rest in peace, John Witherspoon. Yeah. Like for example, they didn't need to do a um coming to America. I hate it. And I don't use that word hate often. I don't like using the word hate. Right, Friday the 13th, right, exactly. I don't like using the word hate, but coming to America, to the worst spinoff movie ever made. We got BT Plus News on Friday the 13th. Yes, go figure, right? Yeah, Demarcus. I said that earlier. That's the reason why they probably holding it back, whatever the case is. Do you realize it's been Friday the 13th, 2 months in a row? Hmm. Okay, Tia, you gonna break that down for me? Why is that? And you're right. Like X Mix Friday, Christmas Friday. Yeah. I don't know. I'm ready for new ideas, guys. These spin-offs and all this and that. It's like sometimes it's good, but sometimes it's just like y'all just being lazy. You're not being creative at all. So what are you doing? You know? Or do you think Tyler Perry's format will change going to Paramount? If he chooses to stay there. Um, but if you remember watching the documentary, you remember he negotiates his own deals. So hopefully he'll neg- be have some negotiation powers, right? Where he can say, I want to do this, want to do this, want to do this, but I won't do this. We'll see what happens. So yeah, so we were reminiscing, and like I said, He Man, the Masters of the Universe, June 5th, that's coming out. And yeah, I think Daredevil's coming. Daredevil Born Again. It looks alright. I saw the trailer. Season finale of Cross is on the way. Paradise is still going on. Paradise is getting a little tiny bit weird. Did anyone else see a trailer for Gremlins? Gremlins? Is that Gremlins? I said it right. 3? No, I didn't see it. The Wayne's brothers finally do another scary movie because I remember what happened to them when it comes to scary. Yeah, yeah, yeah. God bless on that. God bless on that. I don't know if I want to see a scary movie. It would be interesting if Tyler Perry go back to own channel with Oprah. That would be interesting, but some of Oprah's Greenleaf is off. Wasn't Greenleaf on own? Greenleaf was on own, right? I love Greenleaf. It'd be interesting if Tyler Perry. Okay, that's what I said. Tyler Perry is smart for owning his stuff. Yeah. So Greenleaf was on own, and yeah, but I don't know if Tyler Perry will make. There's gonna have to be a great deal for him to do that. You saw it on Netflix, yeah. Like what's going on with Ice Cube when it comes to Friday? He don't own none of them characters. Yeah, he doesn't because that's how it is. I got an idea to write a show, to write a movie, and then I write that idea down, and then I share it with whoever's an executive. They're gonna want to buy it and have ownership in it. So once they buy it, then they can license it, they can market it, they can do whatever they want with it. Meanwhile, they already paid you everything up front. They paid you pennies so they can go and make millions off of what you create. Yeah, Greenleaf. Nah, I'll watch. I love me some Greenleaf. I'm sorry that I yawned. I'm just getting a little bit sleepy. Um, Someone that lives in my city made a movie and put it on Tubi. Oh, that's dope. That's dope. Yeah. Like I said, we need to start owning our own stuff. We need to start creating our own websites, chat, the not chat, but um AI can help us build our own websites. What do you say? I remember when people used to pick on Master P for his movies. I like Master P. Yeah, I was one of them. I was. I was one of them picking on the movie. I was. I will admit to it. I'll be honest with you. I used to pick on those movies too. Um, but shout out to Master P, man. You know what I'm saying? He's doing this thing. Tyler Tubi would be interesting. I don't think Tyler would even want to be associated with that brand. Again, Tubi is owned by Fox. And you know about Fox, right? Fox News type ratio. So, it is sad. I taught my kids about Toy Story just so I can watch all the new ones. Oh wow. Fox owns Tubi, right? Yes. Fox owns Tubi. Mm-hmm. It'll tell you right there. Yep. That's the P put all his people in his movies, another goat. Yeah. Yep. Exactly. Exactly. But fam, I am getting super sleepy. You see it in my eyes. I appreciate y'all for rocking with your boy. Thank you, Gina, for the super chat. Thank you guys for participating. I am going to lay it down because I'm getting tired. You can see it in my eyes. Once the eyelids go down like this, yeah, I'm Asian now. Shout out to my Asian people. Hopefully they keep it free. Yeah, hopefully. Uh, Tia says peace, peace, Tia. Yep. All right. Fam, I appreciate y'all. I'm going to see you on the next live event. Thank you so much for rocking with me tonight. And we're going to reminisce again. We're going to have another opportunity to reminisce again and talk about back in the day. I can't wait. Can't wait. Can't wait. All right. I'm going to see y'all soon. Till next time. Salute.